And welcome everyone to the stream, Big Deal Friday nights. How is it going? Just my camera here. We got Luca in the chat. We got DJ. We got Meow. We got Dakota. Lila. Industrial Ship. Industrial Ship. Long time no see, brother. Lila, what's up, Meow? DJ says hot dogs. Gotta love a good hot dog. Lucas says Bug Dill, or Bug Duel. Been a long time indeed, Industrial Ship. Long time. How you been, brother? Let's see, I'm gonna get a video loaded up here. Anyone got any fun plans for the weekend or fucking train? Where's Tessie? I don't know. She was. I just saw her like 20 minutes ago. She must be eating because she's usually outside my door wanting to come in here when I'm streaming, and she wasn't there just a second ago. Living the Canadian dream. Hopefully, you're not near those wildfires. Are those still going on? I assume they are. Oh, let's see. I try to avoid the top X amount of scary videos from TikTok. Smoke is terrible in Washington State and Idaho right now, really? Damn. I know, and I'm in Iowa. We could see there's been hazy a couple days here and there. Not recently. It's been, I think we had a week free of smoke. But yeah, there was a couple days last week that it was kind of hazy. You're not near the fire? That's good. Might be doing a paranormal investigation at the Devil's Gate. For real? Are you going to document it? Like, record it? Take pictures? Because you should. Eli Eli Buckmaster, the GOAT, he's here. What's up, Eli? You're on Vancouver Island. It's clear here so far. Hell yeah. I don't really know where that's at. It sounds familiar. Let's see. Vancouver Island. Oh, you're like way west. Damn. You're way over there, huh? Been watching Shark Week on Discovery Channel, yeah. They got new stuff on there now. Didn't they? Did they make new stuff for Shark? I mean, I remember Shark Week being a big, like when I was a kid, that was a big event. I've never watched it. I've heard about it. But is it like new stuff every year? Or is it just like a rerun? Just chilling. Fuck yeah, dude. Just relax. Sit back and hopefully we'll watch some scary videos. I'm trying to find a Nuke's Top 5 that looks creepy. I think I'm gonna go with this one here. You really have your Big Deal hat? Oh, after all those years? Hell yeah, dude. New stuff every year? Okay, gotcha. That's cool. I don't know if it was during a Shark Week or if it was just some other Discovery show. They were putting I don't know what the fuck it was. Maybe it might have been like even for like an oil rigging show, but they put a camera way the fuck down deep by these pipes and they caught like a giant fucking squid. This was like a few years ago, like a giant fucking squid, like something that's not been discovered before, like possibly like a 200-foot squid or something like that. And it's like, there could be monsters deep down in the ocean that we don't know about that we'll probably never discover, or at least in our lifetimes. Weather balloon, what's up? It's deal time. That's right. Yeah, I need to start making. I need video ideas. So that I can start making videos. I need to get my watch hours up so I can get monetized again, and then I can get the merch shop back open. Which I think it's still there. I just have to. I can't sell anything from it. Oh, you go back to school next month? What grade are you? Are you like college, I assume, or high school? Hell yeah, man. Hopefully we can get some good videos so that it's really hit or miss with Nuke. Sometimes he'll have 2 or 3 that are genuinely bone chilling, and then the other times it'll be nothing. Eli Puckmaster, more like Eli Fuckmaster. Hell yeah. I call him Eli Backmaster for like, because I just fuck my words up all the time. Possibly a bigger squid than the colossal. I don't know what the fuck is a colossal squid. Is that an actual thing that's discovered, or is that just like a rumored thing? How do you spell that? Coloss squid. It's a real thing. Okay, that is a big fucking squid. Yeah. Whatever it was, they only got like the tentacles and like the side of the eye or something like that. You have to Google it. I don't know what that. I don't. It might not even been a show, but it was a camera that was going down along some pipes or something like that. That's why I assume it was like oil rigging or something, or oil drilling. What's up, Darwin? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You can feel free to always. I know you can't comment. Watching back on the stream, but feel free to watch them the streams back. I got them all uploaded on the channel after they finish going live. They just go right back to the channel. You're in a program that helps with skills? Hell yeah, dude. Was it Monster Quest? Was that what it was? Going to a program to help with skills, get a job, but I hope there is no bullshit tonight. Yeah, I do too, man. I'm hoping that we get some solid content, but you never know. Colossal squid weighs more, but it is shorter than the giant squid. Oh, so it's just a fatter guy. He's just fatter. Fatter and shorter. I see. Squids are scary, dude. Those are genuinely... I don't like octopuses either. I wouldn't ever want an octopus on me. Because they're strong as shit. And it doesn't even make any sense how they could be. They're just a slimy ball of goo. Like, they don't even look like they'd be strong, but they're fucking really strong. Like, if they got you, they got you. Hot dogs are done. Fuck yeah, dude. Hot dog. Good hot dog. There ain't nothing that beats... I mean, a good hot dog is just a plain fucking ballpark all-beef hot dog. That's all you need. If you load them up, that's fine. But hot dog, a good hot dog don't need nothing. It's just, I eat all my hot dogs plain. We'll start in about 3 minutes. We got enough people in here. We'll start the video in about 3 minutes here. Let a few more people join potentially. Yeah, I don't know what I need to do something for a video. I was thinking about doing just like reaction to certain clips, but I don't like doing the boring, like, I don't know. I like editing. I had a lot of fun with that. So when I did my green, I don't have a green screen set up in here. Nor do I have the programs to edit that anymore, but I don't know what to do. I could just do like a reaction where I like look at a clip and I react to it, and give my takes on it, and I just do a little mini series like that. But I don't know. I don't know if that's something you guys would watch or not, or care, or and I know you'd watch it, but I don't know if it's something you'd be interested in. Um, yeah, it's tough. It's tough to come up with idea. Like this is a tough, like really like niche like field. There's not a lot of content. There's not a lot like to do. You thought you were the only one that ate plain hot. Oh, plain hot dogs are the way to go. That's for me. I will never. You will never ever see me put ketchup, mustard, anything on it. If I have to say the chili and cheese sauce that makes sense. That makes more sense to me on a hot dog than ketchup or mustard. I think ketchup and mustard is weird on a hot dog. It's not like gross. It's just I don't know. Um, a good hot dog, man. I just don't need nothing. But that's not to say you can't put stuff on it. It just you don't need it. The greasy is its own condiment. That's so true, though. I've been going to bed at like 4:30 a.m. every morning because I'm up all night watching videos. Hopefully, they're are they like scary videos? Those will keep you up. How are the cats? Are good. I got 4 cats now. Industrial. I got 4 cats and 2 dogs. Got 2 young cats. I got 2 old cats, and I got 2 young pups. Rottweiler and a Great Pyrenees. I think we're good to start the video here. I'm gonna get this loaded up. Whoops. Not that quick. All right, I mean, it looks like I'm in a NASA cockpit right now. I gotta flip all the levers and the switches, make sure that we're good to go. I'm using up 25% of my city's power just to run this stream. I'm monitoring. I got screens all around me, so I'm monitoring all alien activity between Jupiter and Mars. I got a good reading on Neptune right now. I'm watching their oxygen and gas levels on Neptune. I can't show the dogs because they're menaces and they would instantly eat those plants behind me, and I can't control both of them at the same time because they're big puppers. But I'll try to include them in some videos. I still want to do. I know when I build my workbench, I want to show that. When I replace my fence in my backyard, I want to show that. So those are 2 video ideas I want to do. I just have to get around to doing it. Right now, I'm in the process of hopefully getting a brand new vehicle this coming week. So my money and time is spent into that right now. But when I get some extra money to fix a fence, and lumber is not cheap. So yeah, that's my plan. I got those 2 videos up the pipeline, and in those I'll show the dogs for sure. I'm a pet daddy. Yeah, I am. I'm a divorced daddy of 6 furry little friends. All right, I think we're ready to go ahead and get started here. Let me know if the audio needs to be turned down or something like that. I have these new mic settings, and I can't hear because I don't have headphones. So, yep, I am still a great
Viewer
digger.
videos. This next clip was submitted by Nuke Stop By viewer Anna Garcia. It allegedly shows security footage of a ghost appearing around what locals claim is a haunted well in the small town of Orcos, Peru.
What in the fuck is that?
A man seems to be sitting near the well, and then just seems to... well, I don't know actually what he does, but it's creepy as hell. But is this a ghost or just the oddest camera glitch ever recorded? You decide.
That is
Nuke
weird.
Stop By.
I like that clip. It kind of, what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the Chupacabra clip I did on one of my top 5 videos a few years ago. It kind of moves like a snake. Now, I'm not saying that's what that is, obviously, but it just kind of moves the same way. I don't know. I mean, maybe that could be a camera glitch. Maybe I would lean toward that being a glitch over being faked. But that I could also see that being 100% real. 7 children, including Paco. Yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one a 7 out of 10 just because it has my curiosity. It's not creepy, but it looks kind of legit, and I think it's interesting. Like I like that video. We got a 6 for Lila. It's more cool than creepy, but in real life, that's a 9 out of 10. I agree with that 100%, Darwin. 6 for DJZ. So we're kind of in agreement there. 8 out of 10 for Industrial Ship. A 5 out of 10 for Meow. I'm throwing a brick at that and running my ass away. Dude, I'm all with you with the brick there, but I'm not running away. I'm gonna fucking stuff. I'm gonna fucking give that motherfucker swirly in the well. That's what I would do.
Viewer Isaac says that his uncle recently experienced something he just can't explain. Checking his Nest security camera, he saw what appeared to be a dark figure just standing in the road outside his house. But this is where things take a truly disturbing turn.
It's in the road.
Cars seem to pass right through this bizarre figure. So Isaac's uncle decides to go out to investigate. And things are about to get even weirder.
I don't know, man. That one kind of.
The dark figure seems to just disappear as the man approaches. So is this something supernatural watching his house? Or just what do you think this is? Let me know. "12 years ago, a band..."
I don't know. I want to say I lean towards that one being fake. And there's a couple of reasons. Number one, now, it's usually when an apparition appears, it's typically visible to everyone. And when you have something in traffic, usually cars would slam on their brakes to try to avoid it. None of those cars are braking. Which, okay, maybe only he could see it, which is just very convenient. That doesn't really make any sense, but okay, whatever. The other thing I don't really buy is how it disappeared. It didn't like fade away, it just like I don't know. That just seemed, and like, I don't know. Nothing about this. My radar is going off right now saying this is fake. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. If I would have seen other cars braking or I've seen this thing walking or moving, we have a different conversation right now. But right now, 3. Shit looks like a Windows. It really did. A 3 for Lila, a 4 for Industrial Ship, 2 for DJZ, a 2 for Meow. Oh, you're here for Blaze? Hell yeah. By the way, what's up, Dirty Rat Bag? I don't know if I got you already, Meow, but I'll say it again. I can't remember. 2 out of 10 for Meow, a 10 from Blaze's Spirit. That shit was lame. A -1 for Dakota. Yeah, I agree.
In Veracruz, Mexico was playing their final gig as one of their members was about to move to another town. At the time, they didn't notice anything unusual about the event at all. But later, as the guys rewatched the video of their performance, they noticed something that chills them to their core.
Okay. Come on, that is fake as shit.
For this one, there's probably no reason to ask, but did you see it?
Hit it with a truck out of 10.
Lurking behind the TV in the right corner, a ghastly-looking girl with what seems to be a pale and distorted face seems to be peeking out at the band. What's even weirder is that
that guy on the drums looks...
If we cut to different
maybe the scariest of anyone.
Video,
his head got a weird head shape.
Oh, the strange pale girl has disappeared. The guys in the band believe that this bizarre figure might be the ghost of a friend of theirs who took her own life years earlier, perhaps dropping in for one last goodbye at the band's final performance.
I know it's fake every time they say that. The friends believe it could be a ghost of the friend who took. It's like, no. They're just adding that information in to make it more sellable, but it's not. That's so fucking fake. I mean, that is so fucking fake. No, absolutely not. That's so staged and set up. I mean, it's a creepy edit. I mean, they did a good job of making it look, creepy. But yeah, that's super fake.
A cry for...
Again, that'd be so... I'd fuck that thing up so easily. I mean, you guys know that. I give that a... just because they did a good job of making it look kind of like a creepypasta thing, I'll give that a 4 out of 10. But yeah. A 2 for Dirty Rat Bag, a 0 for Industrial Ship, dog shit out of 10 for Lila. Yeah, I think they tried. I think fake videos can be entertaining if they're pulled off well, but you can't make them too obvious. You just can't. A 2 for Meow. So we're all in agreement there. That was pretty mid. All right, on to the next one.
Help. D from the YouTube channel D's Dark Adventures travels to what is known to be the most haunted
D's
state
nuts.
park in Ohio, the Beaver Creek State Park in East Liverpool. The historic park is said to be a hotspot of ghostly sightings and even reports of mysterious creatures. It's already late and very dark when Dee walks deep into the woods of the park. She finds a spot to settle and begins to experiment with her EMF meter and a spirit box app on her phone. She plans to test whether the stories of supernatural activity in Beaver Creek State Park are true. It did not go well.
Hopefully y'all can see me. I don't know. Right myself. Anyway, I've got the EMF detector and I'm gonna, is that gonna help? I'm lying to myself. See if I can get anything to interact with that. My old one I used to have, I broke.
Pro tip, if you ever go out in the woods by yourself at night, you need more light than this. This is not enough light. You need something with way more lumens that lights up the entire fucking forest if you need it to.
So I'm gonna try to do it this time.
And also preferably like a strobe light to blind people with, because that definitely does work. It's effective.
What the hell is that?
That sounds like diarrhea. I mean...
What the hell? Guys, I was not even on... I wasn't even on the app. I don't know how that came out of my freaking phone.
A troubling sound startles Dee as it seems to come from right where she's sitting.
What the...
A little shaken up, Dee believes the sound might have come from the app on her phone, but she isn't sure and she is now freaked out. Dee decides to carefully trek back through the woods to her car and just leave. But what happens next makes her blood run cold.
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't want to be in here. I wanted to make a good video for you guys, but I don't know what the heck made that noise. It sounds like a dang wild cat, like a big cat, but we don't have big cats here. I don't feel good in this place, guys. I really don't know what to do. I really don't know where to go.
Now that is creepy.
Did I see a light going over there? No. There's a light, look at it. Oh, I can't see it. It's not good. I think they're trying to lure me out. There's flashlights. I don't know if you guys can see them.
My friend is what a skinwalker would do.
I don't know what to do, guys. If I move, they're gonna hear me. Help me.
The voice of a man can be heard yelling for help, and Dee can see flashlights in the distance. Alone and afraid, Dee doesn't trust the call for help at all, so she keeps her flashlight and hides in the darkness. Suddenly, the voice can be heard right next to her, and in terror, she just makes a run for it. Later, Dee says that she did make it home safe. And to this day, she says she still has no idea who could have been yelling for help out in the dark woods of Beaver Creek State Park at that time. Could it have been something paranormal? Or even scarier? Were those real people out in the middle of the dark woods stalking Dee and terrorizing her just for fun? Let me know what you think. We need scary video.
Well, the only part I was confused about is that very last help that was it right next to her, because if that's the case, I don't know about that.
Dee can see flashlights.
I don't know what to do, guys. If I move, they're gonna hear me. Help me.
See, that part kind of throws me off, because I was like, man, that seems believable. Whether it's like a skinwalker, a mimic kind of deal, it could be just, creepy ass human beings that are like fucking, Wild Ted Bundy's, kind of guys walking around. But that last part is like, okay, if it's fake, you should have just left that out. It would have been so much better if you just left that original part in, but I don't know. That last part kind of throws me off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It's still creepy though.
Scarier. Were those real people out in the middle of the dark woods stalking Dee and terrorizing her just for fun? Let me know what you think.
So I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. I'm gonna let that last part slide because it was a creepy video. Are we watching the Chris Watts police video tonight? Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I would like to. I would like to watch that because that is genuinely so fucking creepy. Exactly, Eli. Exactly. 1000% what Eli Buckmaster says. Yeah, if you're out in the woods at night, if you're with a group of people and you're armed, you might be willing to, or you're me, you might be willing to go and investigate. But if you're by yourself, Darwinism, survival of the fittest, you gotta self-preservation, take care of yourself, get the fuck out of there, hide, run, do what you gotta do. Because it's usually bad news bears like that. A lot of reports indicate that what skinwalkers do is they'll take the form of someone else that uses their voice. They'll lure you out to them, and then that's when they kill you. And who the fuck knows what else they do? They're mysterious beings. We don't really know much about them. But I actually saw a video on Instagram. I don't know if it's real or not. It's fascinating. Maybe you guys have heard about this. It's like a bunch of dirt bikers out in the dunes in this very remote area. And when it's like, it's not desert, but it's like, I don't know where the fuck it's at, but it's like dunes, okay? When it turns nighttime, there's no lights. It's pitch black out there. And it was like, I think a night without the moon, high in the sky or something like that, or partial moon or something like that. And they all have GoPros on. They're riding around, and they lose one of their guys of the group. And they're riding around, and they're trying to get back to the trucks. They're trying to find their way back. It's like dusk out. It's like almost dark. And they're like, man, we can't fucking, for whatever reason, we can't remember where the fuck. And they find their tracks. They're like, I don't know if we've been here or not. They're really confused. They cannot figure out how to get the fuck back to the trucks. And they're missing one of their guys. So they drive around and they kind of split up to go two different ways. And the guy that's filming, he turns around. The guy that's been missing for an hour or two is right behind him. And he pulls over, and the guy whose name is Trenton gets up behind or next to him. And he's like, dude, where you been? Like, we've been looking for you. He's like, I've been behind you the whole time. He's like, what? No, you haven't. Like, whatever. But like, I guess let's go back to camp. And he's like, I'll follow you. Well, then that Trenton guy takes off and then gets out of sight and like goes so fast that he can't even catch up to him, and he's gone. But he led him back to the camp. And some people are saying that could have been a skinwalker. Some people are saying, apparently that guy, and again, I don't know if this is real. I haven't verified this. But apparently that Trenton guy never was found, and he was missing. even though he was heading to the same spot. So some people are claiming that was a skinwalker trying to lure him away, but I don't know why he'd lead him to the camp, or it was like his spirit, you know, doing one last hurrah to get that guy to safety. I don't know. But that was, I saw that there and I'm like, that is an interesting video. A 5 for Meow, a 7 or 8 for DJ Z, a 8 for Darwin, Beaver Nuts out of 10 for Luca, a 10 for Dakota. May not be real, but it's a scary situation. I agree. The gasping sound was creepy. Then it turns into a guy asking for help, like the creature knows it's fucked up by gasping. Yeah, I agree.
We need scary videos, so if you see something that you think should be on Nukes Top 5, be sure to email us at nukestop5@gmail.com. Project Fear. After the unfortunate end of their popular TV series Destination Fear, team members Dakota, Chelsea, Tanner, and Alex are back on the road to explore and investigate extremely haunted locations, this time on YouTube. With a new name, Project Fear, the team decides to go back to the old Sweet Springs Sanatorium in West Virginia, a place where 3 years ago they experienced things that to this day they still can't explain.
Did you know that you have passed away? What? That was like a woman crying.
Please tell me that was on.
I have the chills. Did you know that you have passed away?
I'm gonna try to find it, but this reminds me of a video I found in this abandoned place where they find like I assume it's like a homeless guy, but it's like a demented homeless guy. I want to try to find it so I can play it on stream after this.
Did you hear any of it, Chelsea?
This happened by close to my room. So I looked back and I'm like, why is Tanner over here? I was like,
That was a scream! I'm telling you. Dude, we need to get out of here.
Dude, this is demonic.
and I'm like, why is Tanner over here? I was like, this location literally scarred me.
So, a little backstory. Sweet Springs Sanatorium served as a hospital for tuberculosis patients in the 1940s. It is estimated that over 1,000 people lost their lives inside the sanatorium walls. Many of these people were buried in unmarked graves behind the building. The sanatorium later served as a nursing home for the old and poor before eventually being shut down in the 1990s. Now, not surprisingly, with a history like that, the large estate is said to be extremely haunted. Visitors have reported hearing loud, unexplained voices and screaming.
I got both those videos, by the way.
Witnessed doors slamming shut on their own. Even creepier, some visitors actually claim to have seen ghostly apparitions. Most notably, that of a woman dressed in white standing in the window on the 3rd floor in room 3007. So, after their visit 3 years ago, the Project Fear team is a little hesitant to return. And when they interview the current manager of the sanatorium, Cindy Harper, it just makes them even more nervous.
So I have a question. So when doing the research, you talked about how you were like thrown down the stairs at one point.
I don't normally get pushed down the stairs. That's only happened one time, but it was bad enough. Like I told you, I had bruises.
You were like thrown down. It wasn't like a couple
It was
stairs.
like the push. I was expecting to be a human attacking me, and I found no one. So I drop all my equipment. I don't know what it looked like going down the stairs. Just
My God! Okay.
That was on the door, dude.
That was the loudest knock. This is in the middle of the day still.
That sounded like right next to my head.
While interviewing Cindy about her terrifying experiences in the sanatorium, a loud bang on the floor startles both her and the Project Fear team. But there's no one inside the building. Cut to later that day. And as darkness falls, the team decides that in order to try to provoke a response, investigator Tanner should head down to the basement all by himself. The rest of the team explores the most haunted area of the sanatorium, the 3rd floor. After hearing a few unexplained noises, Dakota, Chelsea, and Alex begin a digital recording session inside the most haunted room, room 3007. What happens next shocks the whole team, including Tanner, who's still completely alone in the basement.
We were here several years ago exploring this building. Do you remember us?
We were here several years ago exploring this building. Do you remember us?
Dude, it said I remember Tanner.
Oh, I hear that.
It said I remember Tanner.
I heard yes, and then there's a pause.
Yeah,
I remember something.
It's Tanner.
It says Tanner, dude.
Let me play it again just to verify.
We were here several years ago exploring this building. Do you remember us?
I remember Tanner, dude.
I have the goosebumps, dude. It says yes. There's like a 1 second pause, and then it's a whispering, I remember Tanner.
Hey, Tanner.
Go for Tanner.
Are you right now?
I'm not trying to scare you, I'm trying to give you a warning.
We were doing digital recorder. Thing is here. Remember you.
Debating about even like telling you this, but like at the end of the day, like it's a warning. Like we want you to know to be on like your toes.
What did I do?
When we end up meeting with you in a little bit.
I will show you the digital recorder, the EVP. It's freaky.
Okay, man. What the? I heard something.
Yo, are you okay?
Can you do that again? What the?
I thought I heard a voice, man.
Promise, if it's not us, dude, and we don't hear you right now on the 3rd floor.
It's not like the echo or anything.
I don't know what's happening, but let's go hit this part of the 3rd floor, and then we'll go to Tanner.
The team eventually finds Tanner in the sprawling sanatorium basement, and they have him listen to what they captured on their digital recorder.
We were here several years ago exploring this building. Do you remember us?
Oh, what do you hear? We didn't tell you what we heard yet.
We remember Tanner.
Yes!
Dude!
It says yes. I remember Tanner.
Do you remember us?
That is clear.
I got those videos. I can play them on a
Because it's
computer
so
now.
clear.
Similar to what happened on their previous visit 3 years earlier, the Project Fear team finds themselves hearing clear voices, one of which seems to remember Tanner. The four friends then split up to sleep at separate haunted locations inside the building. Chelsea and Alex set up in the basement, Tanner on the 2nd floor, and Dakota on the 3rd floor, just outside haunted room 3007. It goes without saying that none of them slept a wink that night. All of them start to hear loud, unexplained bangs and strange noises. But Dakota, up on the most haunted 3rd floor, has a unique experience all his own, and it's downright chilling.
Whoa! Hello? That sounded like a doorknob, like, rattling. I just heard you. Okay. I went down and explored to see if I could find, like, the source of that noise. I have no idea what it was. I looked in a bunch of rooms, but it literally could have came from any single door at any single. That was a girl's high-pitched voice. Hello? I just was down there too. I was just down there. It literally could have came from any single door at any single... Any single door at any single... Can you do that again?
Yo, it's better hope it's bulletproof.
It makes sense to hear like a high-pitched female. Where I'm at right now, the lady in white on this floor.
What the? Holy! That door is shut! That door is
Okay,
shut!
like
That door!
Look, I get this would be like it would raise your nerves would be on edge in a situation like this, but like reacting like that to the door shutting, come on, man, like get your fucking shit together. This is what you do. This is what you do.
Well, at the very end of the hall, just shut.
I think you got to keep your composure. Like in situations like this, you got to think about shit later. Stop processing what's gonna happen and freaking yourself out, and just react to what happens calmly and you know, in a manner that is professional. To deal with these entities, I think they feed off of your fear. They're gonna get more aggressive. I mean, maybe that's what you want, I guess, but if you're doing content, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it does the opposite. Maybe it pisses them off if you don't see bothered by it.
Hope I caught that on camera. No way. No way. Yeah, that door is shut. This door, I just watched with my eyes shut.
There is no one.
Clear left.
A disturbing voice scares Dakota out of his seat, and then a door at the end of the hallway closes by itself. Now, hundreds of commenters on the Project Fear YouTube channel believe that this door doesn't just close by itself. But look closely, and what do you think?
Holy, that door is shut!
So is the Sweet Spring Sanatorium haunted by something that's strong enough to speak, slam doors, and even appear as a shadow apparition? You decide. You can watch this entire two-part investigation with many more terrifying paranormal moments over on the YouTube channel, Project Fear. Imprints.
I don't know. I mean, I think that those are probably better to watch as a whole thing on their channel. I'm not discrediting these guys. I think that could very well be all 100% real. Nothing screams fake to me there. It's just not that scary to me. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. But yeah. But like I was saying, I was able to find that dirt biking video, and I was able to find the other abandoned place video I was looking for. So I'll play that after this video, and then if we have some time, I'd like to play some of that Chris Watts body cam video. So we're gonna speed run through the rest of this video, and then you guys can drop your scores in the chat if you want, but we're gonna speed run through this. We have time to watch those other things.
For 2 years, Eric Gunner has been experiencing relentless paranormal activity. Even stranger, the ghost or entity seems to follow him wherever he goes as he moves from house to house in Mexico. But most terrifying of all, each time Eric tries to get away, the spirit that follows him seems to become more and more aggressive. So, just like many nights in the past, Eric and his little dog Bean are woken up by the sound of loud banging on his bedroom door. This time Eric is prepared with a flashlight and a camera, intending to capture evidence of the hell that he's been living through. Eric's dog sniffs around and seems to be a little shaken up by something that Eric...
Eli, I love Mountain Monster. That's the show with like the hillbilly guys, right? The fat guys, like the one where there's a Mothman. Is there? And then their idea to get a bunch of torches that are on fire and like wave them around in the air because moths are attracted to light. That shit was. That's one of the funniest clips of any show I've ever watched on like reality TV.
Eric can't see. Eric decides to leave the little dog safe upstairs in his bedroom while he checks the house.
Like it's the worst crew of cryptid hunters you could possibly imagine. Like you couldn't pick a worse crew. They're all out of shape, fat. They couldn't run from anything. They couldn't fight anything. They're just blobs. And it's like they're hunting like these vicious cryptids, and they're just those guys. And that's what makes it awesome. They're all very funny and likable, and I love those guys. But yeah, it's just that's what makes the show so good. Is I don't know if that was intentional, but it's just the stupidest shit. It kind of reminds me like of Duck Dynasty, like the kind of in a way.
¿Hay alguien aquí? A ver, espera. ¿Hay alguien aquí? Escuché como si me hablaran. No sé si se alcanzó a escuchar una voz. Se lo juro que no sé si se alcanzó a escuchar una voz. Sentí como si me soplaran en la nuca, no sé.
I can already tell this sounds so fake.
Mejor ya no pregunto eso.
Eric says he felt something blow on the back of his neck, and his camera actually captures the sound when it happens.
Uy. Uy. Uy.
Eric has only been downstairs for 6 minutes when he suddenly notices something downright creepy.
No manches. Está viendo lo que yo. Y no solo eso, Ahí en el refri tenía una foto de mi mamá. Ahorita no me fijé en el video, pero pues antes de irme a dormir ahí la tenía. ¿No está?
Can we all agree this clip is boring as shit? Can I skip that? Like, if like this, I'm trying to speed run through this, but holy fuck, this clip and the last one just do not end.
Ni tampoco está la cruz.
I have a pet peeve. These kind of videos, like, I wish Nukes would just trim them up way more. Like, cut the fat off these videos, man. We don't care. We don't care about this shit. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here.
Closer look, and this is when things start to get really weird.
Mira, empezó en el puente y está en la boya. El puente está a mano izquierda, Mira eso, mira.
Do that?
This is ridiculous. Don't make me think about them.
After posting her videos, Lauren disappeared from social media for 9 months before she finally returned with an update. Lauren says that over the last month, she's been feeling ill and drained of energy and having a very hard time. But strange things continue to happen around her home. One night as Lauren is on the phone with her boyfriend on her front porch, something happens that is truly bizarre.
Hey, when are you coming over?
I gotta wait for my work clothes to dry. Then I'm coming.
Okay, I'm hungry.
I understand that. I can't just not leave without my work clothes.
Okay, that's fair. Well, do you want me to just make something here?
What do you have?
I mean, like pizzas or maybe chicken nuggets, nothing crazy.
Do you have ranch at your house?
No,
Dude, my f***ing door just closed.
So the slam sound?
Yes, and it's locked.
Dude.
I just got walked out of my house. Yes, nobody's here.
That's kind of scary. Where's the dog?
Luna! Luna's inside by herself. I don't even see her in there. Hang on, hang on.
Take a rash. Lady? Hello? Oh, shit, she's not.
That would be creepy. That would be creepy. That
Lauren's
doorbell,
front door
that
suddenly slammed shut, locking Lauren out of her home with her dog still somewhere inside, all alone. Lauren panics and hurries around her house to get inside through her back door. As she enters, then that door suddenly slams shut as well, and her doorbell begins to ring over and over all by itself. Lauren says that she eventually found her dog mysteriously trapped in the back room. The dog was a little shaken up, but otherwise, he was completely fine. Now, cut to 2 months later. One night when Lauren is in bed, she is woken up by her dogs a little after midnight. What happens next is downright chilling.
I would hate that shit. I hate the sound of knocking.
Luna, come here. Sit, 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 sit. Come here.
Turn your flashlight off. Turn your flashlight off. You can't see out the window with your flashlight on, dummy. You've already ruined it. Yeah, you can't see because your flashlight's on. And you already gave away your position by turning it on in the first place.
Someone knocks on Lauren's window, but when she opens her window to look into her backyard, there's no one there. Then as she turns, she hears an odd growl near the open window that makes her scream. But,
right,
did you see it? Right after Lauren screams and wildly pans her camera back towards the window, something odd can be seen right outside just below the windowsill, but only for a brief second.
Looks like Paco's head.
Or what is this? After this incident, Lauren hasn't been back on TikTok. But there is one important thing to be learned here, and that is, if someone or something pecks on your window in the middle of the night, don't open it. Like, why? Why would you?
More importantly, if that happens to you, it's nighttime and someone's tapping on a window, don't turn your fucking flashlight on. Especially if you're trying to get video of them. Keep the flashlight off. They can't see in at you. You have a better chance of seeing them through your window. So you film or whatever, do what you gotta do, but you don't turn your fucking flashlight on. Got a train going by right now. Let that pass before I show this video. Okay, I think we made it past the train. Okay, so these next two videos I found on Instagram. I'm gonna get them opened up here. This first one is it's a shorter one. And this is some guys who are exploring like an abandoned. Look, now keep in mind, I'm not saying this is 100% real, but this scared the fuck out of me. This was creepy. Let's see here. Trying to find if I can see the other one. There was another one too. I don't know if I can find. I don't know where the fuck I'd look. Or if you do, make sure your flashlight's attached to a pistol. Exactly. This next clip, you want to make sure you have a pistol. All right, I'm gonna try to put. I gotta find a place to put this little guy here. That should work for now because I keep switching my camera.
Okay, yo, chill, yo, that's gonna break. Go.
I'm not kidding. I think I heard something about. What's wrong about?
What?
I don't know. I think
Yo, no, go, 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 go! Oh my fucking god! Yo, 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 move, 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 go, go! Oh my god, go, 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 go!
What would you do?
Okay, yo, chill, yo, that's gonna break. Go.
I'm not kidding. I think I heard something about. What's wrong about?
What?
I don't know. I think
Yo, no, go, 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 go! Oh my fucking god! Yo, 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 move, 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 go, go! Oh my.
I mean, would that not be fucking terrifying? Even if it's like a homeless person. First of all, I'm squaring out. I'm fucking clearing a little spot where my feet can sit, where there's no rubble, and I'm gonna fucking throw a vicious right hook and knock that little fucker out. But that would be scary. Okay, this is the alleged Skinwalker clip. Now, you don't see. There's nothing like a creepy monster / Skinwalker looking figure. Keep in mind, in this video, people are claiming that this is a Skinwalker that takes the form of his friend Trenton, because they couldn't find this Trenton guy, and he was never found again. And even though after he found him the second time, keep that in mind, that what you're going to be likely seeing here, if this clip is real, is either the kid's spirit after he's been killed, or it's a Skinwalker pretending to be his friend Trenton. Okay?
it's dark. We can hardly see out here. The last thing you want to do is get stuck out in these dunes in the dark. It'll be completely pitch black. Wait for everyone. Isn't this the same Whoop Road? No. This is the same Whoop Road. No. All our tracks are here. It's not. That we came in on? It all looks the same out here. Oh, let's keep going. They all lead. Oh, shit! My fucking drone. Oh, sweet. Thanks. Do you guys see Trenton? No. Wait, he was just there with us at the start of the trail. Who was in the back? Were you looking out for him?
I didn't see him. Yeah, I remember looking backwards.
Or he probably just took a different way. I don't hear a bike though. It's kind of weird. He'll probably just be at the truck once we get there. Keep going. Oh, it's getting dark. What? Trenton!
What?
Where the hell were you?
I was right behind you the whole time. Where'd everybody go?
They were literally right behind me. You didn't take a different route? We literally stopped and waited for you. You guys are f***ing with me, aren't you?
No.
Wait, you go ahead then.
Well, I can, but...
Yeah, you go. I'll follow you. What the f***? It's getting so fucking dark out. Dude, he's hauling ass! What the hell? He's leaving me. I didn't even see it. Dude.
You had like 30 minutes.
You guys are f***ing with me.
No, not at all, actually.
Where the hell did you guys go? I found Trenton. Where is Trenton?
I don't know. Where'd you go?
He's with you.
You're gone.
You're the only person that we've seen for literally the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't even heard any bikes other than yours come by.
We gotta get search and rescue out here. My phone's dead.
I mean, it could be real, that could be fake, I don't know. But if either way, that is a creepy ass video to me. I don't know, it's worth I don't know, I wish they would give it a last name, because I want to search the database for that kid and see if he's actually missing. But like their Instagram account is all like, it's not like a skit kind of thing. It's not like they don't do creepy clips. It is 100% BMXing. That's all they do. I don't know. Is it fake? I don't know. That could be real. That could be real. That could be Trenton eaten by skinwalkers. All that's left is a pile of Trenton's bones. All right, now I gotta find... Now I got to find the Chris Watts video. We won't have time for the whole thing, but we'll watch like 20 minutes of it, which is most of it. Yeah, I don't know how the guy ended up by himself. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they got separated or what.
He was going to do the same thing to her as he had just done to Steve.
Does anyone here not know about the Chris Watts or who this guy is and what happened? I mean, this is national news, so you guys should all know this. But if you don't watch the news often, this guy killed his entire family and then stuffed them in a big oil vat out in the desert where he works, and got away with it for a few days and eventually got caught because it was just, the evidence was just overwhelming. But this guy will walk through, and apparently when the investigators were searching for the family, they would go in the house and search for clues, and they were wearing their body cam. Well, if you guys don't know, tons and tons of paranormal activity has happened inside this house. Some might not be real, but a lot of it definitely cannot be dismissed. And I do 100% believe a lot of these, and I'm not a big EVP guy, but in this case, I do believe in, this guy kind of nails on the head with kind of how I see it. But you'll hear a child giggle. There's another one where she says, "I'm with CC." Like, you'll hear all these things, and some of them are like, dude, that's all you can hear. And this is very believable. I do think this is 100% legit. Obviously, it's legit because it's police body cam. So yeah, this guy has a really creepy voice, and he makes this video real creepy. So we'll just kind of chill and watch this for a bit.
And he didn't answer her. He just did it. After disposing of his family, Chris went to work. But his wife, Shannon, was supposed to be driven to a doctor's appointment by her neighbor, Nicole Atkinson. When Nicole couldn't get a hold of Shannon, she called Chris Watts. Not satisfied with his response, Nicole called the police for a welfare check. And once the police called Chris, he was suddenly concerned, but not concerned enough to allow the responding officer access to his house without being there himself, which likely would have been a red flag, considering that his pregnant wife already had health concerns, had missed an appointment, and could not be reached. When he finally arrived home, he conspicuously entered through the garage, leaving Nicole and the police officer to wait for nearly 2 minutes before he opened the front door. After searching the Watts house and discovering Shannon's medication and cell phone, Nicole Atkinson invited Watts and the responding officer to the home she shared with Nathan Trenistich to watch their security footage, which, unbeknownst to Chris, had a view of his driveway.
And that's when he was loading their bodies
Based on Chris's body language while watching the footage, it is safe to assume that he thought it was over then and there, seeing as he knew that he'd been recorded loading his family into his truck as if they were produce, and had this been noticed, he certainly would have been arrested. However, Chris had kept to the side of the truck opposite to the camera. What was obvious to him was not obvious to the observers, and despite his anxieties, the footage appears innocuous to those without the gift of hindsight. Ironically, it was Chris's response to the footage that was almost as damning as had it showed what he feared it did. Strange to think that Nicole Atkinson and Nathan Trenistich are likely already aware that the man in their living room just murdered the entirety of his family. Okay, that was all context. However, this video is not about the crimes of Chris Watts, nor is it about his catastrophically deficient attempt to conceal them, for that is the realm of true crime, which this channel is not. And Chris Watts' content is cornucopian in magnitude. This video is about the alleged paranormal events related to the Watts murders, and even the most strict skeptic must concede that chance alone seems insufficient in describing some of the aberrations that occur here, the first of which occurs immediately where I left off. You're about to see, in my opinion, one of the most incredible moments ever caught on body cam. It is so awe-inspiring and magnificent that no genre exists to adequately classify it.
This part is so fucking creepy, man. What are the odds of this happening, by the way?
Nothing for the rest of the day.
Pay attention to the TV.
pregnant as well.
How far along?
14, 15 weeks.
The app that Nathan Trinistich is using to show his security footage crashes, and up comes a commercial for a National Geographic program. And you can see how badly Chris wants to get out of there, but the sight of a fetus in the womb reclaims his attention. He killed one of those approximately 6 hours prior to this moment. The depiction of the unborn proves so unsettling and surreal to Watts that it prompts him to make a guilty utterance.
She's pregnant as well.
She's pregnant as well. Once satisfied that it had coerced an admission out of him, fate moved on to show a small festering flame that abruptly explodes into a mushroom cloud of fire and devastation, perhaps summarizing what he had just done to his life. The television then goes on to show a masked face rising from a pool of petroleum only to disintegrate into a skull bathed in crude oil. And it's at this point that he actually turns his back to the TV. He literally faces as opposite to the screen as he can without making direct eye contact with the cop, and he will stay there until the second the commercial ends. And maybe there was low volume that Chris heard to indicate that the commercial ended, but he does not face the TV again until it's over. Put yourself into the shoes of this despicable monster. You have just murdered your wife and unborn son before doing the same to your daughters aged 3 and 4, and then shoved them into an oil silo, the opening of which was too small for them to fit comfortably. But you were unaware that your wife had a doctor's appointment. The time you had allotted to come up with a story and clean up is gone. And a mere 6 or 7 hours after doing the abominable deed, with 0 hours of sleep, you find yourself watching a police officer who is watching footage of you load your family into your truck as if they're bags of junk bound for Goodwill. Then the app crashes, offering a brief respite from the terror you've put yourself in. Except there's no respite at all, because it's showing your deed in a far more dramatic way. A fetus and a human skull disintegrating into a pit of petrol. Objectively speaking, of course. This is just a coincidence. But how do I phrase this? I feel like if I looked through TV programming for 100 years straight, I would not have been able to find a more perfect and fitting really 9.7 seconds of footage to show Chris Watts at that exact moment in time than Nathan Trinistich's TV did due to a glitch. I'm not saying this.
If you're watching this, you're like, okay, let's get on. It's going to show like actual body cam footage here soon of like the paranormal shit. This is just a really weird timing of like showing a fetus and then the skull and oil, dude. That is like, and by the way, paranormal stuff happens through a TV all the time. When my grandpa died, I'll tell the story a lot of times. My grandma and my aunt, maybe it wasn't my aunt. It was, I think it was my dad's girlfriend was helping my grandma disable like the TiVo feature or something like that, and like there was subtext or title text or whatever you want to call it on the screen. It just kept saying "Much love, you guys." Like, so I 100% believe that they can alter like electronics. And this could be the case here too.
Came from beyond the grave or from above the clouds. But damn, I'm hard pressed to think of a greater or better timed act of coincidence. Okay, moving on. The next day, on August 14th of 2018, a very glum Chris Watts can be seen preparing to leave the house to go to the police station where he will inexplicably agree to take a polygraph test with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation's legendary agent Tammy Lee. And while he's busy battering away at his own coffin nails, his house is searched. And the very first bit of alleged paranormal evidence can be seen nearly as soon as the searchers enter the house.
Smells like cleaning, doesn't it?
It smells like cleaning. Pro tip, you know you're cooked when the canine searcher thinks you're guilty in the first 13 seconds. Now, you probably didn't see it, and I'll be honest, I don't really see it either. But many viewers claim to see what looks like a child looking through the balusters. I see something, but I don't know. Considering the context of the situation and the nature of this video, I would be remiss to not mention it, if there is literally anything to the archaic phenomena known as ghosts. A notion that very well may predate humanity itself, then this place is certainly a premium candidate to host them. And this assertion is supported when the crew searches Shannon's walk-in closet. And I'll have you know that I tried my absolute best to reduce the ambient noise and amplify the subject without losing quality.
Well, there's plenty of person in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it. Let's watch the rest.
Oh my gosh. What in the world was that? Wow.
Yeah, it looked like it moved Eli for like the on a stairwell.
Step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy.
This part is the most convincing for me of the entire thing. Like this, they searched the room, couldn't find the kid's toy, at all. And I mean, they have like these aren't just idiots. It's like canine searching people. Like they know what the fuck they're doing. And this guy's gonna break it down why it's believable as well.
It sort of sounded like it.
Something. I heard it.
Did you hear it?
I did.
Sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't
The
it?
ghost of Michael Jackson.
It did.
Where did that come from? Because all he did was go straight in there.
It sounds like the elder of the two women is legitimately unsettled, so much so that she will not re-enter the room. Now, I can't find out much about this woman, and I don't really want to because I don't want to invade her privacy, but you'd think it would be difficult to rattle a career canine handler. It's safe to assume that she has dealt with some awful situations and equally awful sights. So to me, her reaction is significant. And what stands out to me about the other woman's response?
It sounded like a kid toy.
It sounded like a kid toy.
It sounded like a kid toy.
The way she spoke is reminiscent of how I speak when I'm trying to soothe myself. Very matter of fact. And bland. It was a kid's toy. Case closed. That's what we're going with because now is not the time to entertain the alternative. Has anything ever happened to you that forced you to entertain a comfortable conclusion, even though you remained most unconvinced? And then how grim she sounds in agreeance.
Did you hear it?
I did.
Did you hear it?
I did.
Did you hear it?
I did.
Like she's not going to deny it, but she also doesn't quite want to think about it.
Sounded like a kid giggling or something, didn't it? Or a kid.
It did.
It did. And it very well may have been a kid's toy, but the fact remains, they spend the next few minutes trying to find what made it, and they can't, nor can they replicate the sound, which makes you wonder. To me, though, their reaction is more telling than the noise itself. This is one of those things that if it wasn't recorded, you'd probably keep it to yourself. What I call a geography joke. You had to be there. Body cam audio will go on to catch a plethora of alleged EVPs, and I'll play many of them, but I'm mentioning this first one explicitly to debunk it, which I very rarely do, but there's been a bunch of buzz about it, and I don't think it's anything whatsoever. So when they're in the foyer, there's an EVP. And I hate that I know this from all the research I've been doing on this terrible case, but it doesn't even sound like Shannon. And then it's said that you can see Shannon in the mirror, and I don't think this is so. See how the figure backs off with the camera? I think it's likely this was just one of the many people in the house making a noise. As you can see, the room is quite lofty, ironically because there's no loft, but it's echoey, no doubt. And then the person wearing the body cam captured herself on camera. Is it spooky looking? Absolutely. But spooky looking does not paranormal make. Okay, now that I got that one out of the way, numerous other examples of EVP were said to have been captured. And real or not, they are creepy as all hell, and even rather heartbreaking. I won't be spending much time on them. I could likely make a whole 40-minute video just on these EVPs, but this is by no means a testable or constant setting. So I'm just going to play each one several times, a few times without the alleged meaning, and then a few times with.
There's plenty of first end and heel. 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 There's plenty of first end and heel.
I don't care how rational or empirical you are, this next one is pretty chilling.
How do you okay, like I'm not big on EVPs. A lot of times I'm like, they're easily explainable. I'm very skeptic on them, but like this particular one and then that laughter, dude, how do you explain? You can't explain this. You just can't. There's no way. It's not like, a lot of times EVPs, it's like, I don't know what the term is, but when you hear a whisper or a noise and then you put text to it, you can hear whatever you're seeing. So if someone comes up with, I'm with Cece and it's like, it doesn't sound like that, you could hear that no matter what. There's like a ton, I don't know what it's called, but it's like when robots, there's like a robot speak thing. You see it on Instagram all the time or TikTok or whatever. And it'll be like, what name do you, or what sentence do you hear? But you can hear every sentence once you start trying to think of that sentence and you start trying to listen to it, you can hear it. And that's why EVPs, I'm like, whatever. But this one's so crystal clear. It's hard to argue this.
Guesses? To be honest, these were more otherworldly than I was expecting, but I'm a person who talks to myself, especially when I'm working, and especially when I'm working with my animal, which of course is precisely what the searchers were doing. So no matter how authentically ethereal these captures may sound, there is no pragmatic reason to suspect that they are anything other than the searchers' murmurings. But the high strangeness here is not confined to cryptic camera captures of audio and visual. On September 21st of 2018, 39 days after the annihilation and 37 days after Chris Watts's cringy confession and most deserved arrest, Fredericksburg police receive a call from Shanann's mother, who said she received a text from an unknown number. The text, weirdly enough, said that the back door to her deceased daughter's home was open. And weirdly enough again, whoever texted her that wouldn't respond. Now, body cam footage of this was not released. But police went to the house in the light of day, and they found the back storm door open, but the actual door that admits entry was locked. Stranger yet, it's mentioned in the Weld County DA office's discovery documents that the lights in the garage were not on when police arrived, but turned on at some point while they were checking the perimeter. On this occasion, the police didn't enter the house or attached garage, claiming they had no reason to suspect anyone was inside. Which is odd considering that they saw a light turn on while they were literally there, but maybe it was motion activated, and the person who texted Shanann's mother with that condescending tidbit was never identified. And seriously, what is up with that? Sandra Ruchek had just lost her daughter and 3 grandchildren a month ago, and someone wants to tell her that the storm door is open on the house, which by the way, is not something anyone should know unless they're up to no good. Anyhow, that wasn't the end of the strangeness on September 21st, for police would return that night. See, Nathaniel Trinistich called Shanann's father to tell him that his security footage captured video of a shadowy woman entering the Watts residence at 9 a.m. and never leaving. I want to mention this because so many channels here on YouTube get this wrong. They say that Nate saw or recorded the woman enter the house that night. But I read the discovery documents, and that's not what happened. Nate didn't get a chance to look at his security footage until that night. The footage of the woman entering the house is from around 9 a.m., and that security cam footage was never released. Also noted was that a black SUV slowly passed the house several times throughout the day, but never stopped, and no one was ever seen entering or exiting the vehicle, so it's unknown if it's related to the shadowy woman, the woman with dark hair. So many questions. So many questions. Why text someone that a storm door is open? Some people have suggested that it was just a friend of Shanann's, who stopped over, found the door open, then locked it and left. Okay, but then why would she text at all? And why wouldn't she respond to follow-up texts?
That's
Is the dark-haired woman caught on Nate Trinistich's security cam footage even the same person who texted Shanann's mother? That would make some sense if the person lived on Mars and didn't know what happened to the Watts family. But if he or she didn't know, then why would they text the mom and not Shanann directly? Some people say it was a realtor or a bank agent or something. Okay, but then why wouldn't they respond to Shanann's mother? And why would they say anything at all? The door's open, you can lock it from the inside and leave. Some people think the dark-haired woman must have been Nicole Kessinger, Chris's mistress, not to be confused with Nicole Atkinson. Maybe, but Kessinger was trying to distance herself as far from Chris as possible, and the house had already been searched and processed 1,000,000 times. So it's not like she was trying to retrieve incriminating evidence or something. And still, if she was trying to be clandestine, why would she text the victim's mother? It's all very, very strange. Anyhow, after Nate found the footage of the woman with dark hair entering the house, he called Shanann's father, who called the police, and he gave the police the house's access code. Seeing as now they had strong reason to suggest that someone had entered the house, they went inside, whereas that morning, they had merely made sure the area was secure. Yet another anomaly is that the police triggered the house's security system in the garage. Yet Shanann's father, who was the last person in the house, was quite certain that he did not engage the security system when he was there last. And I don't blame him. Nothing there was worth protecting anymore. But that begs the question, what kind of intruder would activate the security system? When the police arrived, the garage lights were on. Ostensibly, they'd been on ever since they turned on the last time the police were there. And to me, this rules out some kind of motion sensing device. If they turn on by motion, then they turn off automatically. So who turns lights on in a house they weren't supposed to be in, as police were actively searching the perimeter? And if someone was in the house who wasn't supposed to be, why would they text Shanann's mother to tell her that they could get in? Who would anonymously text a grieving mother to tell her that her deceased daughter's storm door is open, and then not respond to further follow-up? Did whoever it was mean that the back door was open, and then he or she locked it themselves? And who was the shadowy woman captured entering the house? And how and why was she never captured leaving? Well, these are only a few reasons that may explain why the 5 police officers are a bit jumpy as they make entry at 11 p.m. on Friday, September 21st of 2018. Now this footage, too, is rife with alleged EVPs, but in my opinion, it's just the officers talking to each other from far away, or talking to themselves. That being said, there are a couple of clips that I find rather intriguing, and it's at the top of the stairs where the first alleged apparition was captured. This one's weird. There seems to be a child peeking out from behind a police officer, and my first thought was, are you joking? But the more you look at it, it's kind of hard to make sense of. And I'll scrub the whole little sequence. There are 5 officers in the house at the time, and I believe 4 of them are upstairs. And this very well could simply be one of them standing behind the one we can see clearly. But it does at least appear childlike in stature.
It definitely seems short.
It seems to be wearing a dress of some kind. This is not the kind of thing I'd bet money on, but given the gravity of the situation, I think it's interesting. All the popular ghost footage breakdown channels showed this, right here, as the apparition at the stairs. If I had to say there was an apparition at all, I'd probably pick this. About 30 seconds later. Again, it very well could be just another officer, or a shadow, but it doesn't look good. Not one little bit. This is not at all what you want to see in your house. Whispering filth to your husband. Obviously, I'm not a policeman, but I have watched a ridiculous amount of body cam footage, and these officers seem far more on edge than officers in far more hairy situations than this. And I don't mean that as an insult. When they're clearing the dining room, some people claim that you can make out an apparition sitting in one of the chairs.
I don't see this one.
Something, but
I can see what they're talking about, but I don't really see that one.
The figure's at the top of the stairs, and this, what at least looks like a semi-translucent pillar of something, across the chair to the right. They're strange, but surely not as strange as a shadowy woman recorded entering the house and never leaving. The 5-bedroom and 4-bathroom house was taken by the bank in 2018 and then sold to the Millers in 2022 for $600K, which was $60K below asking price.
Now that's pretty much it. The rest of it goes into basically the owners moved in the house. A lot of people accuse them of trying to be like replacement. They have the same amount of kids, boys and girls, married, and she even looked like Shanann Watts, and it's nothing paranormal after that. But that is one of the creepiest paranormal cold cases. Well, not cold case because it was solved, but murder cases that I've ever seen. And it's like that house has got to be so fucking haunted, bro. Like, you know, I'd be curious to see if weird happenings have been, you know, I never heard about, because they moved out after a few years, or I don't even know if they made it that long. I can't remember. I think he says it later, but they moved out, the family that moved in there right after the Watts killing. And then they moved out and someone else bought it. So I'd be curious to see if they ever experienced anything. I'm sure out of respect, because that family that moved in caught a lot of flack. A lot of people were hating on them. They were catching a lot of abuse. Because people were basically just accusing them of trying to replace the Watts family and be like the new Watts family. It's the stupidest shit. I don't know how people come up with that crap, but you know, I could see them not coming out and saying anything because they don't want to feel like they're being scrutinized and whatnot. They just want to be away from the fucking pressure and the heat. So it's unclear if anything ever happened in that house prior to all the footage or post all the footage we just watched. So yeah, I like that. I like that clip. The Chris Watts murder case is truly fascinating. People are fucking evil, and that's why people love watching. I keep saying cold cases, but people love watching true crime murder cases. The Idaho 4, that one fascinates because you're talking about the last moments of someone's life, someone that lives a life just as normal as me and you, going about their day the same way we would, and then it ending in a brutal fucking way. It's nuts. And then, what happens after, the paranormal aspects to it. In the Idaho 4, that house was taken down and demolished. But I can't imagine the paranormal activity that would happen in that house. It's crazy. It's fascinating, to think about and see that evidence. Yeah, people are the worst. We got about another 5 minutes in the stream. We're gonna chill and hang out and talk, and then that'll be. I gotta let my dogs out, so I can't stick around for too long. But we got about 5 minutes. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, it could be anything random at all. Go ahead and shoot them over here, and then we'll talk, and I'll go through as many as I can. What are the 3 kinds of devices that record the most believable paranormal evidence? That's an interesting question. I'm not a ghost hunter, so I don't have all the technical answers. I don't think I'm really qualified to answer that. I would say, obviously, a video camera, like a regular video camera, a thermal camera, and then a really good fucking flashlight. But what I honestly, if I had to answer that, I would say just a camera in general that can do a lot of things. So I'm going to say cameras. I'm going to be more specific. Cameras in general. Like the cameras I mentioned, night vision, regular camera, and thermal. I want to be able to see heat signatures. I'm not big on EVPs. I'm just not. I don't like EVP recorders. I personally would never use one because I just don't think they're A, interesting, and B, that convincing. It could be anything. I'm not saying that every EVP ever is fake. I'm not saying that at all. It's just I prefer harder evidence. In this case, this is police. It's so believable because it's police body cam footage. It's just so I know this is real. But in other cases, it's just I don't know. I would say those devices that you would have around a house that track motion and they beep when they go off, or temperature change and they beep when they go off. I like those things. I would bring that with me. There's another electronic device that measures something. I can't remember what the fuck it was. I've seen it in a video. They had a device where it's some kind of device that measures temperature and motion, and if one of those things changes or there's motion, and they usually put it in a room where no one's at, they'll sound an alarm, and so you can go running to it, and they have a camera pointing at it, whatever. Those would be the 2 big things, and then obviously a really good flashlight. I mean, just honestly, something that can light up an entire area. That's the 3 things I would take. The Idaho college murder, yeah, dude, that one is that's the most interesting one of all time for me. That's my number one, the one I've watched every documentary that comes out. I watch it. It's fascinating. They were just brutally fucking murdered. Xana, the girl who was dating, her and her boyfriend were killed in the same bed. She put up one hell of a fucking fight. I mean, she fucking struggled with that motherfucker for a while. She definitely died the worst death because she wasn't asleep when she was the only one up. She was getting a DoorDash order, went up and was eating, heard her roommate getting murdered, didn't know that's what was happening. Because you would have heard gurgling or just sound like someone's punching someone. Basically, when you're getting stabbed, you can hear a thud. And heard things knocking over, so she went downstairs to check it out, and then that's when they came face to face, and he chased her up the stairs, stabbing her the whole way, got in the room, they were fighting, stabbed her a few times, she was incapacitated, went and stabbed the boyfriend, went back and started fighting with her again, she was getting stabbed in the hands and fucking put him a fight, and it's a wild fucking case. They actually just recently released new images of the bodies, or like they accidentally showed Xana's body a little bit of her dead body, and then like the blood. And there's so much blood, it's ridiculous. And I'm kind of a sucker for like crime scene photos, even if it means seeing the dead bodies, because it's just, you can learn a lot from that. It's desensitizing yourself, which I think is very important to do. I'm not saying you have to do it, but if you can get comfortable seeing a dead person, and you still have sane thoughts in your head, you don't have weird, if you have weird thoughts, then don't do that. But if you can get comfortable seeing a dead person, it will help you out if something ever happens in real life. You won't go into shock. If you Google it, desensitizing yourself is a very crucial, what do you call it? Survival trait to learn. It takes the element of shock out when you see it for the first time and with your own eyes. You've kind of seen it before, so you're able to just stick with the program and not stand there with deer in headlights, not knowing what to fucking do. And it's just fascinating to see that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm a big sucker for true crime. It's fascinating. It's creepy, man. And I would love to go to like where these crimes happen. I'd love to go I would love to go investigate like the Idaho 4 murder house before it got torn. Like that would be a dream, to go there and just film overnight and see if anything happens. And that's a situation I would bring an EVP. Okay, that's one of the rare, like, if I'm going to like this place is allegedly haunted, it's a castle, I don't give a fuck, I'm not bringing EVP. But if I was going to someone that a crime just happened, a murder, and because then I'd be very interested if I get an EVP of that specific thing, because it's so fresh and it just happened. So in that case, I would bring one. But ghost hunting would be fun for sure. I agree. I want to go to the Villisca X murder house. Someday I will. Someday on this channel I will. I've been talking about it for years. It's just so expensive. It's like $600 fucking dollars. And I can't leave my house currently, for that long, which I'd have to leave for a whole day and a half to get there, but because I have my dogs, What's up, Chad Iron Balls? Let's go ghost hunting together. Hell yeah, let's do it. You've heard people nickname the temp/motion devices landmines. That makes sense. See you, Meow. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Have you seen full spectrum cameras? They're the one with purple blobs. Yes, yeah, I like those ones. Yes, I would lump that in as well, Luca, to the thermal ones. I would say that's a good idea. Yeah, I'd bring those too. I would want cameras put up everywhere, and I'd want different kinds of cameras. And the kind of thermal areas I'd use is high traffic areas, so hallways, front doors, back doors, stuff that's, I can have a big view of, open floor plan areas, is where I'd use thermal, so I could see more area, more square footage at once. And then I'd have cameras in the individual rooms, just basic night vision. So if anything happens, I'm going to know about it. About another minute, guys, then we're going to wrap this up. I got to go let my puppies out, and then I'm going to get drunk tonight and probably watch some scary videos. I feel like I watched a scary movie not too long ago. Or no, I watched there's a movie about goats or sheep. It's a Hugh Jackman movie about sheep. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Man, that's a good movie. Highly recommend that to anyone that hasn't seen it. It's like Detective Sheep or something like that. You're scared to go to a community college in my city because of the Idaho murders, because of how fucked it's scary. Yeah, I mean, you can't. I would say this is my piece of advice to you, Dakota. Don't let that stuff stop you from, going to school or going to do everyday life activities. I get it was scary, and I mean that's over now. It's not. I mean that's. I would say don't let it scare you to the point where you can't do things. Because that's no way to live. I'd say just fucking power through and go do what you got to do. Because it's over and done with. It's not gonna hurt you. But also, man, that guy, that Brian Cobra. I mean, I could have taken that guy. I really do. I think even with his knife, I think I could have fucking... I'm not saying I would come out unscathed, but I think he would have gone down with me. For sure. That guy would definitely not kill me and get away himself. I would 100%... If someone broke in my house that was like that, and I was sleeping, I fucking fully was awake, and I was understanding the situation. Yeah, I'm taking him. He's going down with me, or I'm just gonna flat out. I'm bigger than that guy. I'm probably gonna fucking overpower him. Exactly, Eli. Yep. People are shit. Just gotta. That's why I'm gonna get a gun soon. Well, I keep saying that, but getting a car and shit is more important. But I have my knives. Actually, 2 knives that Eli Buckmaster sent me himself. The kukri blade, and I have another Western knife that I have in my bedside drawer. I have my kukri blade in my living room hidden away. And then I have pepper spray, which pepper spray is such a fantastic, last resort kind of thing. It's more of a deterrent. It's not, it's not going to stop anyone, but it can buy you time. You spray that at someone's face, they're going to fucking, it's good. I mean, if someone's charging at you with a knife and you pepper spray them, you're still getting fucking stabbed. I mean, if they're on a mission, they can power through it. I mean, especially if they're on drugs. Pepper spray usually works on people pretty effectively, but if you're on drugs or you're under the influence of something that's not guaranteed, it will fuck them up, but they might still, they might still get to you. So you gotta fucking bob and maneuver while they're blind and get the fuck out of there. It could buy you enough time though, as a last resort kind of thing. So you should have pepper spray, I would say, in like every fucking room of your house if you could help it. Tasers. I mean, unless you got like 40,000 volt tasers, and you have like the deployed gun taser. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of tasers because I've tased myself, and I'm telling you right now, like those little tasers that you can carry on your purse, that ain't gonna fucking. I mean, I think if someone's on a mission to kill you, that's not gonna stop them. But the best answer is just having a fucking gun, a shotgun and a handgun. You get both of those, you can defend your house from anybody at any time. Anything else is just you got more to play with. Seen all the Scream movies except the new one, but I'll take your advice. Yeah, the Scream movies are pretty good. I like those ones. Yep, exactly, Eli. The 40, I believe a police taser is 40,000 volts. Those ones, those will drop you. Again, even those don't work for everyone under the influence. People that are on crack, like, dude, they are like superpowers. Like, they can just power right through a taser. 40,000 volts is like nothing to some of them. But most people that break in your house and try to kill you are not on crack. Yeah, if you have like an actual deployed taser that sticks barbs in you that has way more contact, then yeah, that's an amazing self-defense technique. But I don't know if you can you get those? Can you get like deployed tasers with like 40,000 volts or not? You would think you'd be able to, but I don't know. But yeah, the stun guns, they're scary. I mean, you can scare people off with it potentially, but the combat stick, I need new batteries for it because this taser, I tased myself in the leg with this, and it did make my leg like drop. Like it tensed up, like I didn't have control over it, and I just did it for like a second, so it wasn't like, it was just like a 1 second thing. But I believe I did it on stream one time. I think. This is 30,000 volts, I believe, for this combat stick, not a combat probe, combat stick. But the bigger weapon, like I would never use this for a taser. This is just a fucking weapon itself. This would crack a fucking skull open. This is a solid metal fucking combat stick. I'd kill someone with this thing if I wanted to. I would use it for its strobe light, which is a very blinding strobe light. As the person got closer and closer, I'd actually hold it like this so I could swing with it, and it'd blind them. And at the last second, I'd fucking move out of the way, and they wouldn't be able to see me. And boom, strobe lights are awesome. I also have these combat gloves here. If someone ever broke in my house and I had a little prep time or time to get ready, I would put these gloves on. They have armored knuckles, which I could easily break someone's nose or jaw with these. Like that would, I mean, it's not like brass knuckles, but it's that would fucking hurt like a motherfucker. Eli, you might have bought these for me as well. To be honest with you, I think you did. Eli bought me this. He bought me my Kruku blade, my Western, what was it? It wasn't Western. It was I don't know. I keep saying Smith and Wesson. It wasn't Western. Smith and Wesson. They're a bit pricey, but for like $900 or so, you can get the Taser 7s. Oh, really? Would softball bats be helpful in a situation? I mean, yeah. I mean, a bat is a weapon. I mean, you can fuck someone up with a bat. It's just the problem is when someone breaks in your house and is trying to kill you, they're almost certainly their body is coursing with adrenaline because it's nerve-wracking for them too. You know, they're either it's a thrill for them or they're nervous and scared. They're just doing what they're acting on impulse, but their adrenaline is most likely almost 9 out of 10 times flowing through their body, which means they're not going to feel pain. Like kicking them in the balls isn't going to fucking work. Using a baseball bat, I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, I'm not saying it's a weapon. You know, if you landed clean on their fucking head, you could drop them right then and then kill them and knock them out unconscious at the very least. But, you know, more than likely what you're going to do is probably either swing at their head and miss, or you can definitely hit their body, but that's not going to do anything. I mean, you're not going to drop them. You're not going to hurt them. And then after you get the one swing in, they're going to grab the bat, and then you're fucked. It's better than nothing. But if you were going to swing a bat, a wooden bat would be way better than a metal bat. It's solid fucking wood. You're going to do way more damage with a fucking wooden bat. And they're heavier. So there's more force behind it. Like if you can swing it, then it's going to fucking do more damage. You know, what I would recommend, if you had a clear shot at the body, I would take a shot at the knee and try to fucking fuck their knee up so they can't, run after you. But, you know, if they come out with me a knife, I'm probably going to swing the bat at their hands, because that's another, if you can hit their fucking hands with a bat, A, you can knock the weapon away, but B, you can fucking break their hands right then and there and fuck them up real bad. So, you know, it's I think it's a lot harder to do. It's easier said than done to hit someone in the fucking head with a baseball bat that's trying to kill you and knock them out. Exactly. You go for I would go for hands or knees. You know, if they're coming with you knife, swing at that fucking knife. I mean, just aim for the knife. If you hit their hands, you're going to knock the fucking knife out of their hands. And especially because they're tensed up on that knife. When you're tensed up, that's going to do way more damage than if you got hit in the hands with a baseball bat when they're loose and limp. If you got your hand clenched up or, you know, clenched up in a fist, you're going to hit their fucking knuckles and you're going to break their fucking hand. Almost guaranteed. Almost fucking guaranteed you're going to fuck their hand up something fierce. So it's a harder object to hit because you're not going for center mass. You're not going for a knee that's planted in the ground. You're going for something that's easily, you know, but if they're going for you, that's what I would aim for, because that's going to immediately stop that first attack and give you some time. They're not going to catch the bat, you know, because they have the hand on their knife. But it just depends. Yeah, they can't walk, they can't fight. That's true. I mean, if I hit their hands and it fucking made them take a step back, and, you know, then I would take a swing at the knee. If you got a crisp, when their knee is planted on the ground, all their weight on their knee, and you hit them in the knee with a wooden baseball bat, you've already won. Because at that point, they will drop to the ground, and then you can just beat them to death. Beat them to death or near death until the police show up. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end it. You got me on a rant. Me and Eli's wet dream scenario of an intruder. You know, I actually had someone break into my vehicles like 3 nights ago, which I leave my vehicles unlocked on purpose because I don't want my windows broken and there's nothing to steal from my cars. And my cars aren't worth stealing. Training would be a better investment for sure. One mind, any weapon. Exactly. I agree with that 100%. And you can even watch videos. Training can be free. You can watch videos on YouTube of how to defend a house, how to clear a house with a weapon. What they'll teach you is if someone breaks in your house, don't go clearing the house. If you're like a professional, you know what the fuck you're doing, or if you have kids downstairs and you need to get to those rooms, but if everyone is upstairs where you sleep or you're alone, don't bother clearing the house. Hold a position with a high view vantage point situation. So if say you have an upstairs, you can see down the stairs. You know they're not upstairs. Hold the stairs. You just hold the stairs. You just stay there, and you have a good vantage point. They're going to come around the corner of the stairs. You can see them from the downstairs, but don't clear the house if you don't have to, unless you have kids or animals. If my dogs were downstairs, I would risk my life for my dogs 1,000%. Now they're not downstairs. My cats are. I'd probably in my house would probably still clear my house just because it's so small. Downstairs, not a lot of square footage, like 1,800 square feet. And I don't want my cats to get outside. I don't want them to leave the door open and leave them outside. I don't want them to fucking shoot my cats. I'd kill them. But yeah, that's it for my rant. I'm gonna end the stream, guys. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Lila, Darwin, Dakota, Eli, Luca. And I know there's more of you. If you're watching right now and you're not in chat, I appreciate you. Chad Ironballs, DJ Z, Meow. I'm trying not to miss anyone. So if I do, I apologize. Industrial Ship. Weather Balloon. Thank you guys for all tuning in. I appreciate you as always. I will be live next Friday night. If I'm never live, just assume I'm going to go Sunday night. Sometimes I got plans. But I try to stream every Friday night between 8 and 9 Central Time. One of those, between that hour in between. Usually 8 to 8:30 Central Time. Yeah, you guys take care. Have a good rest of your weekend. Hopefully it's uneventful and not exciting, or maybe that's what you want. So if it is eventful or exciting, hopefully it's in a good way.